Interesting. Interesting, 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 interesting. Okay. Well, it's almost 1 a.m. here. I need my pillow too. Oh my God, you guys. Yeah, oh my God, it was Little Stinky. Guys, why am I getting haunted by Big Brother even outside of the house? That was a lot of fun. Oh, I love that, you guys. Good. Good, good, good. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see like if Corey plays any games. Quinn does play Fortnite, so I'm gonna try and get that going and some more, things. Jennifer, thank you so much for the Prime. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I'm happy to teach them Twitch because I know that it's like, you know, Twitch is a lot. Twitch is definitely a lot. Corey plays Roblox. Oh, so he does. Oh no, Quinn does play Fall Guys for sure. I do know that. I did see him play that. Fortnite. Morg is so back we up. Oh my gosh, I haven't played Fortnite in so long. I'm gonna try and see if I can get a little bit better about it for sure. I definitely need some help. You know. Let me see. All right. Let's see. Yes, Dan does play video games. I went into his chat one time and said hi, and he said hello. I don't think he watches Big Brother anymore, though. So I don't think he even keeps up with like who's played Big Brother or anything. Because that was like a long time ago when he played. Like a long, long time ago. No, thank you guys for hanging with me. I appreciate it so much. I really do. I know like it's just crazy because it's almost like I don't know, maybe kind of like live feeds, if you will, kind of, you know. But I kind of, you know. But I'm really glad that you guys had fun. I'm really glad, and yeah, it's always funny, maybe kind of like live feeds, if you will, kind of, you know. But I'm really glad that you guys had fun. I'm really glad, and yeah. It's always funny because like whenever I stream and I'm having a good time, I'm always like, dang, I don't want to get off stream. But friends are like the most important, you know? Oh, okay. So Dan tweet. Okay, so maybe he's just keeping up because Rachel is like more closer to like the OG scenes. But yeah, maybe I'll message him. We'll see. This stream tonight healed something for me. Yeah, maybe like Keanu's fans and my fans can like understand that like in the house it was just very different. We had very different games. We had very different paths. And to be fair, when Keanu and I came together on certain things, like Mickey, for example, or getting Lauren out or things like that, we were on the same page, you know? You know? I love my community down. Like, I really feel like people don't understand. Like, I have been building this community since 2020, and I'm very strict on like what I'm about when it comes to my community. Like, I want my community to be an extension of me. So, like, I just don't tolerate any hate, bigotry, any bullshit. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. I just don't understand. I don't understand gatekeeping. I don't understand like a lot of things that people do. But like that's them, that's not me. So it's like I just really try to like get a community built to where it's like, I mean, I've had people who have met in real life through my community. Like they connected in my community and they became friends in real life. Like that's the kind of like space I'm trying to do and build and bring. So it's like eventually if I ever do like other meet and greets in other areas or like other meetups or things, like everyone can feel comfortable being around each other and it's not just like weird or whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, Keanu and I are always gonna have good rapport because like I don't have a problem with him. You know what I mean? Like obviously there's some things I'd love to talk to him about, like when it comes to Big Brother and things in the house, but that's like something for me and him to have in a conversation. But that doesn't, negate how I feel like of him being like, just, you know, I mean, oh, trust when no foul language. Oh, I be cussing like shit. It's more of like, I just don't think that people should talk personally about people, you know? Especially like when we were in the house. Like, I think, that just, I don't get that. That's just the part where I get really confused. I'm like, wait, why is this turning into something personal? We're playing a game. But I also do think that some things that people said in the house on a game level could have been misconstrued on a personal level. So I can understand like that. However, that's a simple conversation can fix that, Oh my gosh, Lonnie, I love the tiling in my bathroom. I love it. It's like the landlord. It's I guess it's been like that in my place, so I love it. But yeah, I think one thing that I've been learning as I've gotten out of the house is like everyone kind of moves differently, feels differently, thinks differently. Like obviously we're all different people, so we're always gonna have our own like thoughts and feelings on stuff. Um, and I honestly feel like unless you are in that house or have been in that house before, like you'll be able to understand something, but you'll never be able to fully understand because everyone has their own different experience. Like I can only imagine like Kiana's experience being a target since week 2. I can only imagine Rachel's experience coming in after 15 years and leaving on a bullshit twist. Like everyone is going to have different emotions and different feelings about the game. Which is why I always try to take myself out of my own shoes and put them in theirs to try to understand their position in the game. Anything outside personal level, once that line is crossed, I will never understand it. I will never respect it, period. Because I just don't get it. Um, you know? I think I would do fine in Amazing Race. I think for me, as far as a teammate, it would probably be either like my brother or sister, because usually they have you bring somebody. Now the hard part is my brother's terrified of heights. I'm not, but I think Amazing Race is kind of stressful too because you have to travel around and you have to communicate with people and get tasks done and you're on a time thing. So I feel like I would actually be very like, okay, we got to get this done. Like I would kind of need someone who can like bring me down a little bit because I feel like I would be very like, hey, like we got to get this. Like I'd be very much, you know what I mean? I want to solo Amazing Race. Oh my God, that's so funny. Take Kiwi. Kiwi would be fun too. But yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, see, Tar is very fast paced, so you need someone who is ready to go and all that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. This is just wild. This is all wild. Purple Jordan, thank you so much for the prime. I did see that they had the BB contestants. Who wants to see my HOH room? No, we had that. We had Who Wants to See My HOH room all the time. I think from what I've seen from past seasons, they didn't ever show like Who Wants to See My HOH room stuff because like there's maybe juicier stuff going on. I don't know. That's my thought. I'm truly not sure. I'm truly not sure. Good night, hands. Good night, good night, good night. Yeah, because everyone got like Who Wants to See My HOH room. Everyone got that. No, what was really sad was when it was like, Who Wants to See My HOH room? I didn't even get to do that the first time I won HOH. Like I was so like as hyped as I was to win the double eviction HOH, I was also like, fuck, I don't even get an HOH room, but I did get my basket. I did get a basket. And good stuff in there. Like actually my HOH basket was fire. on my double eviction. And I don't know if you guys saw, but like we did my little HOH, like they brought out the pictures and put it on the desk or like on the thing. And then I did it in the living room. It was so cute. Dude, that baby blue beanie was diabolical. I'm like, bro, this is literally not even gonna fit on my kneecap. Like, what are we talking about? It would definitely fit on Quack the Ripper, though. Oh, you guys wait to see my basket. You guys are so cute. You guys are so sweet. It is, I don't know, like I'm still like punching myself in the face right now. Like of just the fact that like this is what my chat looks like. Like everyone saw me on national television. You guys are rooting for me even after the show. Like, oh, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. No, I honestly was so pumped to win the double eviction live because I knew my family was watching me. And I was just like, I wanted to cry so hard, you know? Because it's just crazy when you think about that. No, I gave them back the tiny beanie. So I'm like, this is not going to fit me. It's just like so crazy. Dude, yes, I cannot believe they forgot to take out my controller necklace. I'm like, yes, I love to game. Even outside of like gaming, like I just, it's so weird because like when I think about going into the house, I already read you guys like what I wrote to myself and everything. I was just excited to just go into a social experiment and play a game. I don't know. I just like everything for me in there was all game. Obviously, there's like real emotions, real connections. Like that, I'm not talking about that. Like that's very real. I mean more of like everything in there was a game, meaning like the competitions, navigating, talking to people. That's all game. It's so crazy. It's so fun. It's so insane. You know? But like one of my favorite, like one thing I can't wait to do tomorrow is call Kelly. I told her I would call her after stream, which I'm gonna text her and tell her like, girl, it's so late. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. Right? Period, Gabe. Oh my God, yes, on the double eviction to Let's Go, bro. I was so pumped. You know what's crazy actually? Before going out there, I was a little nervous because I wasn't in athletic wear. And I was like, fuck, am I like I was like, fuck it. I rolled up my sleeves. I did not give a fuck. Like, I'm gonna look into getting a PO box. Yes, I am. Deputy Smitty, hello. TwitchCon was incredible. TwitchCon was great. I know that there was a lot of like safety issues there, and I do think and I hope that they up the security. Um, but I enjoyed TwitchCon. It's kind of crazy to have like a TwitchCon where I had my first meet and greet, and like people were excited to talk to me about like my streams, but then like also about Big Brother. Like, it is nuts. Yes, I'm happy to still send the memes into Discord, of course, because they're so funny. I know, there was only, I think out of the, how many days was Kelly in the house? I think she was in the house 70 days. Um, 70 or 71 or something, or 70, something, whatever. Anyway, there was only like maybe a handful of days I didn't actually tuck Kelly in because she was already asleep and I didn't want to wake and scare her. The scream I scrumped during the double eviction HOH. I love that. So, Trag, what I was saying earlier is I'm waiting to turn on the VODs, especially because of like the climate that's kind of going on right now. Like, I literally can't say anything without somebody recording it and twisting it into something different. So, for now, I'm just keeping the VODs off. Because I just don't want that to continue to be a thing. So, it's the same reason why my chat is in sub only. Because I don't want to give my mods even more difficulty of having to manage a chat, especially if people want to come in and be, you know, nasty, you know. But that's why I always try to give a couple, like today I didn't unfortunately give it a couple hours in advance, but I try to give a couple hours in advance, so people know, but I do record everything. Like I'm recording everything. Um, so yeah. Yeah, I was super sweet to Kelly. I really adore Kelly. Like, you know. So Earth Beneath, I don't even know how it started, but I think it was like when we were in the attic, like I just was like, oh, let me tuck her in. It just kind of became a thing. It became a comfort thing to me. Like that was one of my favorite things to do at night. Like it was just something that made me feel good. It made her feel good. It was just like, it was just what I wanted to do. You know, it's kind of like the same thing of like filling up people's water bottles like she did. You know, like I would fill up a couple of my friends where it's like, oh, hey, can I grab these plate for you? Like if I was outside and everyone was done with their plates, I'd grab their plates. Like, you know, I'm like, I don't know. I'm a very like intentional person. So it's like, I'm taking care of the people in the house. You know, I'm making sure they're good. Like, I don't know. That's just how I am as a person, you know? So you're hilarious. Um, right? Virgo, axis cervix. But like, y'all can evict me if I keep your rooms clean. Well, and it was also just like, you know, yeah, I mean, people are gonna misconstrue my character, and like TikTok definitely did that, which is why I really don't go on TikTok anymore because I'm just like, you know, if people don't want to like take the time to actually like understand me, then that's okay. That's, you know, their decision. It's not corny, Lisa. Nothing is corny. Like, you know, not at all. Um, I just think a lot of people looked at certain things in a way that it wasn't. So, for example, like, let's just talk about this. Let's talk about the bracelet, since everyone is so fucking high and bothered by that. As y'all saw the whole season, I'm a ride or die Alliance member. I would have taken Zach and Vince to the very end if Zach was still able to sit in this house, right? So when he was evicted, I was crushed. Like him and Vinny and Mickey were my three people that I was like, I don't ever want anybody touching like anybody's head. Like I do not want them to touch anything on their head. Like I want to protect them at all costs. So when they left, I saw his bracelet next to his bed and I'm like, okay, like this is a piece of Zach. Anytime we had a meeting, you guys saw I put it in our little melting pot thing. Like if I was competing, I put it like in my sock or whatever. Cause I'm like, okay, we have a piece of our Alliance member that is still here with us. Like fighting to the end. I want to make sure that like when we get to the end, that it's like, oh, bet my Alliance member made it. Cause that's how I would be. If I was evicted, I would be pushing and hoping that my Alliance members made it to the end or one of my Alliance members won the game. That was it. Like that was literally it. Right next to his bed and I'm like, okay, like this is a piece of Zach. Anytime we had a meeting, you guys saw I put it in our little melting pot thing. Like if I was competing, I put it like in my sock or whatever. Cause I'm like, okay, we have a piece of our Alliance member that is still here with us. Like fighting to the end. I want to make sure that like when we get to the end, that it's like, oh, bet my Alliance member made it. Cause that's how I would be. If I was evicted, I would be pushing and hoping that my really? Oh, that's interesting. Like, you know, like even in like the what's it called, the boxing room, like when I was like holding it and looking at it, I'm just like that. It was hard for me after he left to know that he didn't use a veto to save my game. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that was really hard for me because I'm like, wait, so I'm being looked at as this girl who's like oddly obsessed with someone that I'm not, when he didn't use a veto to save me. So what does that mean? Like I was just so confused. I did not understand. And this is not even any shade. I just truly did not understand that like disconnect there. You know what I mean? So like that was the part that I had a hard time understanding. And after I think it was after wall comp maybe, I literally, I don't even know where the bracelet is. You know what I mean? Like I really don't. But yeah, so that was just something that I thought about. I'm like, I'm starting to learn as I get out of the house, like anything that I did that was for my Alliance members out of loyalty and like respect and just like kind of just keeping something sentimental or just reminding myself of like, okay, like I'm a loyal person. I'm doing this for my Alliance. Like, let me keep fighting hard, was turned into something. And I'm like, okay, well, sure. Okay, you know? Yeah. So I don't know. However people decide to push that kind of narrative, that's their decision. Like, I really like don't care. And I also have addressed this before. Like, I think everybody in the house always talked about how Zach is an attractive person. That doesn't change anything. You know what I mean? Sure, he's an attractive person. Next. You know what I mean? Like, we had a very good looking cast. So I don't think that is even has much weight to it either. You know? But regardless, like, um, I was told after the show, like certain temperatures about things. And so when I was out at this after party, it was like a party where people went for Quinn's thing, and a lot of my cast members were there. Um, and I was there, and I was getting ready to leave because I think like a lot of people I had read, a lot of people thought that this was when people were saying I was being weird at an outing. I don't know if you guys remember that. Um, so the reason why I was being weird is because a lot of the past housemates that were talking about me in a negative way were coming up to me trying to like be nice. And I didn't understand that because like to me, like when you say things about me personally, unless there's an apology, I don't understand that. Like I don't get that. And it was to the point where I'm not going to name which house guest it was, but I had basically told them like, hey, you know how sad it is to come out of a house looking forward, like talking about how excited you are to see your house guests again, to then find out all the things that they've been saying about you and not respecting your game, respecting that you were the best player of the season and all these other things. You just hear all this personal stuff. Like I was like, I'm sorry, I don't even want to continue this conversation. I left that conversation, right? And I was like, this is like, I'm not okay with that. And then I had also like been aware and been told that um Zach was going to try to talk to me and approach me about this bracelet stuff. And so when he did approach me there and asked me if we could talk, I told him that I would rather get a drink at the bar. And I left and got a drink at the bar and hung out with my friends. Like, I honestly feel like people don't understand that, like, I set boundaries. And if I'm uncomfortable, I'm not going to entertain anything, like, at all. Because if I feel like your intentions of speaking to me are negative and just trying to do a gotcha moment or anything, I'm not going to entertain a conversation. And that's just like my thing. I had no problem with anybody until I saw the temperature that my house guests were speaking on me. So after be blamed or flamed or anything for that, like as long as boundaries are set and everyone's abiding by those boundaries, then I don't, you know what I mean? So I just feel like I don't know. I really don't care what people are saying about me anymore. Like anytime I see a Big Brother TikTok, I just immediately scroll, even if it's a good one about me. I'm like, I don't even care anymore. Or like on Twitter, I started muting a lot of things because I'm like, I'm ready to just move on. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it is very hard to come out of the house and get all this dumped on you when you're sitting there being like, oh wow, that's what people thought I was doing when this was really my intention, or like someone thought I was keeping that because of this when this really happened. Or it's just interesting, and it's so like crazy, you know? So it's just like the only thing I wanted to do was get back to this streaming and like playing games I love, hanging out with my community, like having open conversations. Like I'm not afraid of open conversations. I think the part that just like I'm still learning is like people are always going to clip anything at any time. Like I'm genuinely shocked that like me just openly talking about my period led to where it is. And honestly, water under the bridge, I don't even fucking care. Like the one thing I will never stand on is like a man speaking about a woman's body. I don't care what man, I don't care what woman. Nobody should speak about anybody's bodies for one, or anybody in general. Like you are not that person. You don't understand. Um, Specifically like men speaking on women's bodies. Like you'll just never understand. So it's like there's certain things that I will stand on and I will stand firmly on because I don't agree with that. But there's a lot of other things where I just don't like to involve myself in like those types of conversations. You know what I mean? Like, let's say there's two people in the house right now that have beef and they're beefing on Twitter or whatever. I That's none of my business. That's between them. You know what I mean? Or let's say they're beefing in real life. Like, I feel like a lot of people want to insert themselves in things and be able to be in that when I'm just like, to me, the way my mindset is like, if it does not affect my life, I don't care. Nobody's TikTok videos or opinions of me affect my life. So I don't care about them. You know what I mean? Like, because if you allow people's opinions of you to affect your life, then they have a hold on you that they shouldn't even have in the first place. You know? Also, I really never drink soda, but this was so good. So even like to you guys, like in here, like I know you guys all of you have a lot of opinions, and like I think opinions are very valid. I think everyone should feel the way they feel about certain things. But even sometimes I feel like people also forget that opinions are just that. They're just opinions. They're not fact. They're not right or wrong. They're just opinions. I don't like Dr. Pepper at all. Hell no. I don't know why. It tastes weird to me. Now, one thing I will say is like I've been connecting with like very, very knowledgeable house guests from the past that have like really been a great support system for me. And, like I have gotten emotional about like my experience post show and like what I've heard, what I've been experiencing and all that. And it is sad. Like I'm a human. I have feelings, you know. I said this in the house, like I don't like to cry in front of people. I'm not a very emotional, like physically emotional person in the real world, and it's true. Like obviously in the house, I would mainly cry in the diary room. There's a couple times I cried throughout the house. But that doesn't mean like I don't have feelings or anything. So it's like when I have connected with some people, like on a personal level, like it just means the world that I at least have people from other seasons that I can call my friends. So like that's really nice. Rachel's one of them, yes. You hate Dr. Pepper? It's awful. But yeah, Coca-Cola, but I'm a Sprite girly at the end of the day. Lunar welcome in. Thank you so much for the prime. Not the Dr. Pepper hate. Okay, it's just more like not my thing. I love you know. Yeah, I mean, so many alumni, like so many. It's insane. It's actually insane. And it's just kind of like, oh shit, like that's cool. You know? It's cool. Um, we were talking about this earlier on like the deep dive stuff. I'm very on the fence. Um, because I do think going on a deep dive would be helpful for people who want to know how my game was and what I thought about, and my moves and what I did. But I also know that other people might feel like I'm just talking out of my ass. I don't know. I don't know. Like, because I'm at the point where I realize now that anything I say is always either going to be taken out of context or going to be assumed to be something different. Like, I can sit here and be like, I love cheeseburgers. And someone's going to sit there and say that I love to have animals die or something. And it's just like, I just was talking about a cheeseburger. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? So it's like, there are some things that I am realizing that I have to be even more careful on, which is so interesting. I do think that there are like parts of doing a deep dive that are helpful, especially if I do end up getting invited back to play Big Brother again. Like it obviously makes sense to want to learn about your game or like see it in like a bird's eye view, if you will. Um, but yeah. Right, rent free. Rent free. Good night, Mandy. Um, on the deep dive, you had a hand in every eviction in that house. Your moves were the most important and set the tone for the entire season. Thank you, Jocelyn. I mean, I know the game I played. I know like all those things. I remember I would see a lot of people's comments being like, "Oh my God, Morgan's speech, like she's not even claiming stuff. She has no idea what she did in the house." I'm like, it wasn't even that. It's just part of me didn't even feel like going through week by week to tell everyone what I did felt like me. Like I feel like the way I was gonna go about it was more so explaining the type of player that I am, my intentions in the game, and how I got stuff done, even if it wasn't at the hands of me. Like, kind of more, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm actually really glad that I didn't have to do my speech because, to be fair, once I was evicted, I was like, well, at least I don't have to stress about what the fuck, like, because I was, like I said, I was gonna go from the heart, off the dome. I was firm on not having a rehearsed speech or anything planned because I just wanted it to come from the heart, bro. And that was just all I knew, you know? But yeah, so we'll see. Come up in the front, unzip, and show off my abs, bro. Like, that's what they wanted. And I almost, okay, did you guys see how I almost couldn't get the jacket unzipped? I was terrified backstage. I was like, what if I can't get it open? What if I can't get it open? They're like, you gotta get it open. I was like, okay. Like, watch, look. Like, I was panicking. Right here, I was like, fuck. I was so nervous. And then, by the way, this is a fake tattoo. But like, all of us had tattoos. And this is when my eyebrows were thin as fuck. But yeah, I was so stressed. But I also had one tequila shot. But yeah, so that is the OG lore. That is like the OG lore of me. Yay, awesome. And, you know, that was that. And, you know, that was it. She's a baddie. It was crazy. That was nuts. Oh yeah, and then like this was like our final walkthrough, you know, clapping and stuff. Look, I was smiling. I was so happy it was over. I was like, yes, thank God we did it. And then this is the owner, Sally. You can't really see her right now, but this is her. She's the owner. I think that's her daughter. So she was the owner. She's the one who essentially scouted me. And it was so fun. Like, it was such a girl power movement. Like, it was so crazy. I love it. And so the girl with the hammer, Brittany, she was a professional. And then this is Kara Goucher. She's also a huge professional as well. So it was cool because, like, I don't know, I got to model with professional athletes and hang out with them. Like, they got an Airbnb in New York and we were hanging out all weekends. We went to a bar like Coyote Ugly where like bras and like, you know, it was just so fun. It's so crazy. Oh, thanks, Shiffy. Yeah, so it was like, you know, that's kind of my lore. That's where I started. Tattoos don't affect your chances of being model, actually. So that's funny. So for me, the misconception of the industry is that like you have to look a certain way to even be a model. Like, I don't think that, like, a lot of agencies and a lot of clients are looking for more realistic type of people, meaning like obviously the discourse that the modeling industry had growing up was like the size that you were as a model. Like, Lauren and I talked about that in the house, like how a long time ago they wanted just super skinny girls. They had to be a certain height, they had to look a certain way, where now it's like brands like Fenty is a great, like, Rihanna does so well. She gets all types of women, shades, sizes, heights, backgrounds, everything. Like, she does incredible. So I feel like the misconception that like the modeling industry only scouts certain types of people, the only thing I would say is like maybe if that's like for runway for certain like designer, or not designer, but like higher end, because they have a specific look that they like to use. But I would say that that's definitely the big misconception in just like normal modeling in general. Like, I do feel like a lot of agencies are looking for diversity, and that's a great thing, especially for the industry. I don't think you have to have height. I mean, I do know that like I've met models that are like 5'6" or 5'5". I think it's really just like a look or an it factor. But what I will say in like commercial modeling, I think the height kind of goes out the window because they want someone who's a good actor, who's good commercially. And I don't think height has anything to do with that. America's Next Top Model for a while was making it seem like models had to be, certain types of things. But I haven't seen America's Next Top Model in a long time. I used to love that show so much. But oh, you're talking about if about companies in Canada. There are modeling agencies in Canada. I think that there's a lot of them, or at least a couple in BC. And the reason why they're great there is because they have the hub of Seattle and Portland like right beneath them, and they do a lot of athletic companies, or they have a lot of athletic clients there. So I do know that. Yeah, honestly, Flemmy, I feel like as long as you feel like your kids are going to be in a good mindset when it comes to modeling and not feel like they're only valued based on their looks, because at the end of the day, modeling is about your face. Like if you're just doing print jobs, it's about your face or your body. So as long as they're just like being encouraged, because like every time I've worked with a child on set, it's never been like, we never really talk about, oh, that kid is this or that kid has that. Like, I think if anything, it's more of just like, oh my God, the kid's so cute. We love the kids. You know what I mean? Chelsea, thank you for following. But yeah. So yeah, the best thing if you're not sure if you have agencies near you is just to look up any agencies, or at least like a big city near you. So like let's say someone lives in San Diego. There are some agencies down there, but the biggest one's in LA. Or let's say you're in San Francisco, or if you're in Sacramento, a big agency hub is in San Francisco. So sometimes you have to kind of do traveling a little bit, like, like there's actually a pretty big modeling scene in Texas. Isa Joy, that's so funny. Let him know I just won HOH. Yeah, I would do acting roles, but I think like now that I've been on the show, I think doing acting is going to be a little bit more difficult because it's like contracts and things. There are some in Vegas, yes. As far as BB helping my modeling, perhaps, I'm not sure. I think it might help it in some way. It could. I'm actually going to reach out to my agent next week, or actually no, this week. I keep forgetting it's Tuesday, and talk to her about it and see. Like, because I'm just taking a little break, just getting used to being in the outside world and dealing with like all this, So I'll probably talk to her and kind of see what she thinks about reopening myself to, reopening myself to that. You know what I mean? Let's see. I haven't done any editorial modeling. Not yet, at least. Thank you, Estra. Thank you. Any updates on merch? Thank you for that. No updates yet. I'm supposed to meet up with Paul sometime this week to kind of talk about like how he kind of got his merch started, and like he's gonna help me, which is so nice. I am going to start getting some like little things together, like pins, stickers, like those kinds of cool things. Say thank you for that and for gifting me your guys' time and your space. So thank you for the sub, all the gift subs. I know eventually I'm going to come off of sub only mode, but for now, just like I said, because of the climate, just going to keep it locked and safe. I usually never do sub only mode. In my real, before the show, it was never sub only. But for right now, just kind of having, as much protection as possible. And also can we get some W's in the chat for our mods? We've had, ever since I got out of the house, we've had our little trial mods kind of really working it, and I'm so proud of them. You guys are killing it. So W mods. I know a lot of you guys did actually message me or some other mods about potentially being a mod. So if you guys are interested in that, like, feel free to reach out. And like I have a ticket in my Discord. Good vibe with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Flemmy with a gifted sub to Zoe. Thank you. We have a hype train already. Guys, I'm trying to end. You guys are trying to give me a hype train? What is going on? But if you guys are interested, please make a ticket in my Discord. And when I do, I'll mark it down. So when I do end up doing another like trial mod run and like, you know, all that stuff, I'll know who is interested, because it is a lot to try to get people to, you know, help me out. So I really, really appreciate it. You guys are incredible. So thank you. And also just remember, like, you know, whenever people want to, you know, say some crazy stuff online or on other things, just remember people are crazy and they're going to say what they want to say, and just let them say what they want to say, you know? We can't control how people think about ourselves. We can only control how we react to those things, you know? So just be good to each other. Be kind to each other. We're going to raid my girl, Erica Nagashima. Remember to copy the raid messages. Excuse me. And don't send it yet, guys. We got to wait till it's ready. You know? We got to wait till it's ready. Freedies, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you, guys. I know, yeah, as Julie Chen would say, love one another. No, but for real, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Oh my God, a level 2 hype train, period. Zoe, you're so funny. Thank you guys so much. Good night, everyone. Good night. Love you guys so much. See you guys in the Discord. See you guys on the socials. I have to actually edit some pictures so I can finally post about my TwitchCon experience. I literally haven't posted. I didn't realize I haven't posted in like fucking almost a week and a half. Like, yikes. Let me get on my shit, first of all. But you guys sleep well. Love you guys so much. Flemmy with the 400 bits. What is happening? Hello? What the hell? Insane. Love you guys. Goodbye. I hope you guys enjoy Erica. She is so kind, so sweet. And yes, love you guys so much. Sweet freaking dreams. Good